Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So, I got to thinking, I should do a video on this. I'm going to do a camera mod on the new quad that I just got. The up angle is not quite enough up for actual FPV, you know what I mean? It still has a bit of a down angle to it that is a little bit annoying trying to fly the sucker. So anyways, you got a bunch of screws to remove on the bottom, and then your top will come off. Now, this piece here on the top, that goes facing the camera board here where the SD card is kept. You'll have two screws to remove to take the light bar out of the way, and you got to kind of hold things up while you're unscrewing it too. So, but anyways, so, and I did have to add a little bit of extra hot glue on there, which is fine. I really don't care. But this is, if you refer to my video about the LED problem I had to hot glue it because of the defective connector. But, I mean, defects can happen, doesn't mean it's going to happen to all of them, but, you know, this one had one, so I had to fix it. So now, we've got to get this camera out of here. Busting anything. Now, there's a stopper on the top and there's a stopper on the bottom, and we need to get rid of the stopper on the bottom. And this is where things get a little delicate. That's it. Just snip it, take it out. Okay. Now, we got that hanging down. Slip this back in. And make sure that's folded. Now, our little bracket. Grab that. Bracket back in. Let me just zoom out here so you can see what's going on. Oops. There we go. Alright. Sorry about bumping the camera there. Anyway. That should be pretty good. That sits there. So fiddle with this to get it back in where it was. So, this is going to bring the angle up, so I need the high portion this way. There we go. going to fiddle with this off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm done fiddle-faddling with that stupid little bracket. And so I'm going to put a little bit more light on the situation here, somehow, maybe. I don't know. Hang on a second. I'm sure we'll figure this out for you. Okay. So, the tall part of the bracket goes facing towards the front of the quad. And you got to put on one arm, try and keep the other one level, and start screwing that one down, but not all the way, and then go put the other one in, and then screw them down evenly, and it'll compress back in. Put your LED bar back in, and it screws, and you should be good to rock and roll. So, from what I'm seeing here, it doesn't look like anything is stopping the camera, so but it is got a point where it just doesn't seem to rotate any further. I don't know if I can improve that any further or what, but we will try it and see what happens. But see if I can give you a good view of this somehow. So we managed to gain a little bit of extra, and you know, it doesn't take much movement to get a whole pile of extra. So we're going to test this out and see what happens. So don't go away, it'll all be on this video. Now you have seen this thing in action, of course, if you've looked on my channel already with this quad to see what kind of video it shoots, and it still has a bit of a down angle to it, and that's a bit of a pain if you're trying to do actual FPV flying, at least in my books anyways, because I've tried to fly this quad with still having that little bit of an up angle, and it drives me absolutely nuts because I lose track of the quad, and that's not how it's supposed to work. So we shall see if that little bit of extra worked by just snipping off that bottom tab and getting the cover back on. Is something else you've got to just gently mess with, and we're on. Make sure that the radio wire isn't being interfered with anywhere. That all seems to look pretty good. So we'll finish assembling this thing and give it a test run for you guys. And if that little bit of extra is all it needed, well, then you know what to do to solve that problem. And it doesn't cost you anything but about 20 minutes of your time. Don't go away. Flight footage about to happen. Okay guys, slight change of plans before we go out and shoot the video. Off camera I took this apart again because I wasn't quite happy and it was being stopped. On the bottom end here, sorry about my arm, on the bottom end here, where that tab is that you got to remove, make sure you clean it off really, really well. I actually took a little X-Acto blade, heated it up, and got the rest of that little tab off there. So I was like, well, you know, I don't know, it's, you know, but now it's perfect. It's absolutely awesome, and I can even move this up even higher if I'm very careful with it. And right there is like almost 90 degrees. I don't know how well you're going to see that in the camera. Let me get some light on there for you. So now you can see where the lens is now. That's almost like right on the horizontal plane. So we'll see how this does outside. So, don't go away. We're about to take this bird up in the air and see how she does now for FPV. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So it's time to check out the camera mod and see how it does. So we're gonna just get the blades fired up a little bit, turn the camera on. So right now I'm only up maybe 50 feet. I'm going to put this on altitude hold just so I can keep my height good. That is way better now. Hey everybody, there you go, see? Okay, so I want to raise that camera height just a little bit more, so I'm going to bring it back. See how much more I can raise this. That's looking pretty good. Okay, so I've got the altitude hold now. I'd probably say around 30 feet. That is way super better, way better. So all you got to do, guys, is snip the back tab and make sure all the debris from it is cleared away so it's nice and smooth. I just used a razor knife that I heated up the blade on to get rid of the rest of it, and you'll be able to pitch that camera right up really good. Okay, so I say we bring this thing up higher. Okay, so I'm on altitude hold now at, rough guess, probably around 250 feet. Oh, altitude hold. Come on, let's bring this. Oh, hang on. Get back here a bit. Right there. Alright, now we're on altitude hold. That's a little over 200 feet. Now, at around 300 to 400 feet roughly, you're going to lose Wi-Fi connection with your device, but your camera will still keep going. I've done some testing and mine has still kept recording. So, but I mean, Wi-Fi is Wi-Fi, you know? Like 5.8 gigahertz, you got a lot more range. Okay, let's take off the altitude hold. Flying here. The closer you are, the better it's going to be even for movement, because when you get up higher, so it will get a little choppy on the stream, but when you look at your recorded footage, it's just fine, nothing wrong with it. It's just the way the Wi-Fi stuff works. This is way better now. Okay, so we're at about, say 40 feet. steady hover as best I can go anyway. And I'm on the low rates too. Not on the high rates yet. Alright, let's punch this thing up a bit. Now we should get some really good footage. Rough guess, I'd say I'm up a little over probably 400 feet and I've still got Wi-Fi connection. Hey, that's pretty impressive. Maybe it's a little bit higher that it kicks out at. Let's pan around. And let's bring her back to Earth. Well, that is definitely 500% better.